Hello everybody, it is AV Kid here, otherwise known as Matt. So, what the flying fuck, I not uploaded in 7 days, and I told you I was going to be uploading for all of July. And life happened to me. I will start recovering those videos. I'm not going to make up for all the videos. From now on, it will be that scenario. The only thing is, though, now I will continue it on for the days I missed, so look forward to that. Now, let's get on to this other question. What the hell is this, and what am I doing? So, I really like playing games, and I think that's a little bit more reasonable. So I might be switching back and forth between a vlog kind of thing and the gaming. So comment down below if you would like that, or if you would like to see the gameplay as a whole. But in my opinion, it is very simple, and I actually really like doing things like this. So if you're not familiar with The Sims, well, this will be a fun ride for you. If you are, well, this will be very interesting for you, because this is a piece of because I'm doing something that is entirely new. I am doing a challenge. So I am doing a Sims 4 challenge. So not only is this a Sims 4 Let's Play, but it is a Sims 4 challenge Let's Play. And the name of this challenge is called the Underground Challenge. I created it. 100% all me. I created it. I did a test run of it. It was really fun, and I just had to bring it to YouTube. So I think I'm going to start discussing the actual challenge itself right now. So the challenge implies that you have 5 to 8 teenage Sims that you will start off with. You may pick 2 Sims to give you an advantage so basically trait-wise. These 2 Sims that you pick that will give you advantage, you also have to give them a trait that will give you a disadvantage, basically balancing it out. You have to make it 3 generations with all of these Sims. So not all of the Sims, we have to make it 3 generations underground, and you basically win the game. So you win the challenge. So let me start introducing you to these Sims. So you have Steven. He is a nerd brain. He's a loner and a glutton. So he will be one of the Sims that is basically giving me a good old advantage. And his disadvantage is that he is a glutton. So it's not really going to be working in my favor because food is going to be sparse. Just the fact that they have to grow all their food. So it's kind of, going to be hard. Next, we're going into Madison. She is just a mischievous person. She is very childish, and she is, at the end of the day, a big old goofball. So now we have Anderson. So Anderson is another one of the Sims that he's going to give me. So he's giving an advantage to me. So he's obviously a chef. So he is going to be a little bit better at cooking. He is lazy though and hot-headed. So these are 2 traits that are obviously going to be, it's going to be harder for him to actually get up and going and cooking. You have Angel now. So she is a serial romantic. She is very jealous and, she is very romantic. Now we have Stefan, or whatever the hell that name is. I randomly generated it, and it's one of those names where, in my opinion, you take it as you leave it. So he is a party animal, he is a foodie, and he is very much a snob. So these are the 5 Sims that will be going underground. And I'll cut to when we actually get into the gameplay. Oh, okay. we are in live mode right now. So I'm gonna go over the rules for just the actual living space, and a few more rules just dealing with The Sims. So first off, if you're playing this with 5 Sims, you could have 4 comfy beds. If you're playing it with 8, then just add 2 beds to there, and you should be fine. Fine. And add 2 chairs to here. That's the only difference with the That's the only difference between playing it with 5 Sims and playing it with a total of 8 Sims. Wow, lag spike. This might happen occasionally. But while this is leading to recover, basically, I'm going to be telling you a little bit more about some of the rules about The Sims. So you have Steven here, so he is going to be the Sim. You have to pick one Sim that is going to be in charge of just making furniture and just making everything. That's actually how you are able to get more things. So it looks very sparse. So by picking one Sim to make furniture, you're gonna make the place a little bit more lively. You also have to choose one Sim that is donated towards cooking. So this Sim is going to be exclusively cooking. It's just going to be fully them cooking. They're the only people. They're the only person that can cook. Given that this is locked for only Anderson. Besides from that, there's really nothing exclusive. The only thing is, though, Anderson and Steven may never touch the garden, so they can't touch the garden, but it's up to Madison, Angel, and Stefan to basically garden the rest, or basically they're up to gardening. So that's kind of it for like the actual rules of The Sims. Eventually, at some point, they will have to mate. But that's kind of far on down the line of this challenge. So let's actually get these Sims into the house. Or just speed this up while we're waiting for them to get into the house. Okay, so one thing. Let's wait a little longer. The last person to get inside the house. First, it's Anderson. After they're all in the house, after they're all underground, what I do, is something that is just going to make your life a hell of a lot easier. Is just get rid of these stairs, throw them out. You're kind of left with an empty room. Once your Sim that is in charge of furniture has enough skills to actually make things like plumbing, then you could eventually fill that out. But until then, one quick thing that I forgot to mention is this cupcake maker. You could use it until you have to refill it. After that point, it is done for. So basically use that wisely, because once it's out, and you have to start relying on making food, either by the gardening or by the actual refrigeration system. So just mentioning that. Let's see, is there anything rules-wise? No, so we can actually get into the gameplay of this. one thing that I would strongly suggest in getting this challenge is definitely buying tomatoes, or just cheating your way into having a tomato, because it is going to make your life a lot simpler. My first one, that's the one thing that I actually had to do, is that I was like, oh, I'm just gonna, play it and buy food. No, you definitely have to, and so you definitely have to, plant a tomato, or just get a tomato to plant, because a lot of the beginning recipes that you can cook, they really require, tomatoes. So we're just gonna mess and plant this, and I'm gonna have, after she plants this, come on, plant. Oh, that's a light spike. After she plants this, I'm gonna have her just harvest all, and let's have him just water. So we're gonna have these two working on it. He's in a good mood. He's just starting off, so we can actually have him start crafting. We'll have him craft a kitchen block, just to have him, sorry, just to have him, working on that skill. And let's just go and purchase some books. I am allowing books to be purchased, so that is something that you can do. It's just book purchasing for skills. It doesn't really matter what skills you buy with cooking, or it doesn't really matter what skill books you buy. You are allowed to do them. Another thing is, though, you are allowed to have infinite money. So just do that. As long as your Sims aren't paying for meals with that money, you're good. So we're definitely going to get some gardening. That's one thing we're going to start off with. Gardening. Cooking is a must-have for book-wise, because, yeah, that's another thing. Baking. Oh, baking. If you have, get to work. Baking is a must-have skill, especially early on when you are relying on the cupcake maker to fend. Alright, and let's just buy some handiness. Is there anything else? Probably some mixology books. I mean, we do have a bar that we can use. Besides from that, I don't really think there's anything that we need. So that was purchased. We spent $10,000 on books. So yeah, definitely using the Motherlode cheat a lot will actually help you. So let's see. We could give him all of Andy's books, probably because he's obviously the only one who can be handy. Gardening books, we will just randomly give them to her. We'll just randomly give out the books that we bought that we didn't need to the other Sims. So yeah, alright. Yeah, unfortunately, Anderson has the most books, because for him it's kind of weird. I mean, being the only Sim that can cook, he has a lot of room to actually explore. Hopefully by the end of the series, or hopefully we can actually get him to master off all of these skills. I mean, that would be really good. But not now. Just hoping. Right. See. We're gonna have Anderson. Let's say bake, and we'll have him bake some donuts. That's another reason one thing I'd strongly recommend is definitely locking the store, just in case Sims will accidentally make things, because if they accidentally do make something, you can't use that food, and that just goes against the end of this, or the demise of the cupcake machine. because that's you only have one shot really. With it, I'm really not gonna have Anderson use this a lot. Only maybe once a day. In the beginning, he's just going to pop it. I am going to have him put. After he's done placing this, I'll just have him put it in. I'll just put this in the fridge because I don't want them actually eating too soon. So she's talking. This is kind of counterproductive, but I don't like them having this moodlet, so she is going to start mopping the floors. Let's see, is there anything with that? So she's still harvesting. Is there anything that they should do, like weeding? Let's see. Can you weed? No, all they really need is just water, so he's got that. Alright. Nothing that's kind of stupid, but some people might be wondering this, is if you, can they go to high school? Totally out of the question. They cannot. They are stuck down here basically forever. Like, when you see it, when you're first up here, yeah, the only time that they're probably ever going to be up here, the only exception I'm allowing to that is if you have a sim that masters the handiness skill. I will allow them going into this, but that's basically the only time I allow sims going back up, is if they master the handiness skill, level 10, I allow them going there. And if I could, I would probably have that down here, but you just can't, so that will be the only exception to that rule. You want to know what this is? This is basically just potions and some medicine. This is the optional part of having the house. I thought it would be kind of fun though, especially down the line when things could get boring. Just have them do that. Alright, so how's he doing? He's doing really good. Unfortunately, let's see. Wow, that's good. And let's just have him make a horse sculpture. One thing I hate about this is that uncomfortable trait. Ouch, fingers. But he is on his handiness skill like mad. No, we're not gonna have you do that. You probably should start reading cooking. Search Count Anderson, start cooking, or start reading cooking. What is she doing? She's putting this away. That looks like, you know what? I'm gonna open this and just start selling all the books. That's gonna get annoying. I mean, yeah, entertainment, but when they're reading skill books, it does entertain them. And it would just be a lot better if they were working towards a goal, at least. Especially for the Sims that really have to keep up the garden. I mean, they're gonna be free most times, but yeah, the possibility of them just squeezing in a little bit more time with gardening is better. So I think the garden is pretty much good right now. Let's see. Almost took them Anderson to do something. Okay, so I know I keep checking back the garden. They're doing all their things. Let's see. Yeah, you, lady. Let's see. What garden was that? That was volume 1, so you can actually start reading that. Lady Jane can start reading that, boosting up her gardening skill. Because does she have gardening skill? Yes, it's at level 1, and it's that's not really that bad. So these two will be reading the last book, the last enjoyable book. Right. So let's start placing food on the table. I think that is a good thing. If you just start placing some of the food on the tables, I mean, fruits and veggies for right now are going to be their main source of food, besides from the cupcake maker, which again we have to be wary about. So I think putting stuff like this on it should be good. It's up to you if you want to start them with a garden. I honestly just I thought it'd be a little bit easier. So now that I have some spinach, okay, so they get hungry, good old fresh spinach. I think we're going to be in real work. These plants are going to be good, but just, I don't know. I think once we get, it's going to be good. We're going to have that food, but it doesn't really fill them up, which is kind of disappointing. But because it really doesn't fill them up, it's all in all, I think that's one thing I wish. I mean, I think in further, once they finish their or get higher cooking skills, these vegetables can come into use. But just for right now, they don't. And like the big vegetable that is in use for the lower cooking skill, the lower cooking skill, especially, is the tomato. As we click on Anderson and we go to it and go cook. Yeah, the only thing that actually requires anything to cook is scrambled eggs, and that needs a tomato. So right now, that's the only thing that he theoretically could make. And pick a good portion size. That's going to be very difficult. So that's going to be very difficult. I'm going to play for like 5 more minutes, and then that'll be the end of this part. I think once we have him make one more thing real quick, I'll have him make a horse sculpture. I don't want to wear him out too much, but this is probably going to be one of the times where he's actually in a fully good mood. So yeah, he's already making good work. He's actually already doing good. On my first attempt at this challenge, the person who was doing wood work, doing the skill, was just completely horrible, and it was kind of funny. But at least for him, he's actually doing great works. He is already at level 2, so that's really good. So once he finishes this up, we'll probably be the end of the part. She's still reading. What is she doing? Is there anything that she could actually do? Plants doesn't look like the plants need anything. Maybe that would be very good if we could actually have Sim doing yoga. But this would be a good skill. The wellness skill would be decent enough, because once they reach level 10, it's the pleasures of having a Sim in level 10 wellness. So I heard, like, I've actually played it once, level 10. It was just the greatness. So you can have as many skill objects as you want, as long as they just don't interfere with the main 2 objectives, which is cooking and handiness. Yeah, it's all freedom. I'm just going to put these back in his inventory. Right, so she's doing yoga. I think you could do yoga too. You'll practice yoga. You won't actually do it. Anything. Come on, dude. It's back there. Back there. Um, these two are just socializing. That's good, you know. The more social they are, that's good. I think this will probably be the only peaceful part because we only have one bathroom. In 5 Sims, one bathroom, that's going to be really difficult. Alright, so he has paid off, so let's check this out. And that was the end of the episode, so let's see what great. It's a weird glitch I'm having. It's nice. So I know we really didn't get a lot accomplished in this I don't know, part today, but I thought it would just be, I don't know, the first parts are always really weird, in my opinion. But we will have, but stay tuned for another part of the series. I'm actually thinking about back-to-back recording. I'm just, but that's it. So, peace out, Girl Scouts.